What is going on, YouTube? Patrick here. It is time for the weekly What Sold video because it's Wednesday. I know last week it was on Thursday. Yeah, life happens like that when you're part-time YouTuber, part-time reseller, full-time job, full-time husband, and soon to be full-time father. So, some good news today. Amber, my wife, is pregnant with twin boys. They're due in mid-July. So, really exciting. Been really excited to tell everybody. I had to wait, right? I got to do the wait, make sure everything's okay. But they're healthy and everything's coming along just fine. So, really good news to start off this video. Let's see. There were 14 sales last week. For about $440 in sales. Pretty good week. Not as good as the week before. That's okay. I actually only ended up listing about 15 items. Right, I need to be consistent at the 25 or more if I really want to keep my sales up high. Again, like the video being late last week, life just got in the way. That is okay. That is kind of what happens with the part-time sometimes, But yeah, let's get into the sales. A couple of good ones. Nothing like super crazy or anything like that, but a couple of good ones. Up first, this is from the Franklin Library. I picked up a bunch of these, I don't know, like 5 or 6 of them a few months ago at a Goodwill. I think they were $2.99 each, something like that, maybe $1.99 each. I can't remember exactly because my total price paid is how I figure that out a lot of times. So I wrote down $4 for this one. I originally had thought this was worth about $30, and it ended up selling for about $11 plus shipping. Not a super great flip. Probably with this one, I mean, it's worth not a bad amount for this price though. I probably could have bundled it and maybe done a little bit better, right? Some of the lower dollar books, you put them into bundles and they will sell a little bit better than individually. But that I didn't know about it going in. This is the first time I've actually found these and sold these, so not too bad. I'm going to go right into number 2 really quickly here because it's another one of them. This one is Dr. Zhivago, right? This one sold for a good amount. Sold at, I think it was $25 plus shipping, something like that. Really, that's what you're looking for, right? For a $4 price, turning it into $25, that is much better. I do still like selling books even individually like this just because, right, there's no moving parts. I didn't have to clean anything. I didn't have to test anything. It's a book. I maybe had to wipe a tiny bit of dust off of the top of it, something like that. Otherwise, super easy and yeah, very nice flip there for number 2. Number 3, this is from a big estate sale that Amber and I went to back in, I think, October, November timeframe. We bought just a ton of stuff. Most of it was brand new electronics. This was one of those things. I sold 2 of these now. So that's both the ones I had. First one sold for $15. I had this one also listed for $15, and I took a best offer of $13.60. They were looking for, I think, like a specific number with shipping, so that was fine. I was like $1.40. I wasn't going to argue about that. Into this for about $2, right? So for $13, easy flip right there. Item number 4, this one's been a bit of a pain for me. My friend Dan, he sent us a couple board games. He's really big into board games. Me and Amber are pretty big into board games, but don't always buy new ones. And so a lot of times we'll share them with each other. Dan especially loves to buy them, and then if he doesn't like them, he'll send them to us. So this one, I don't know too much about it. It looked like it was sort of interesting. Just decided this wasn't really for us, so we decided to sell it. I had it up for $40, I think, free shipping. It took a best offer of $30, maybe $35. I can't remember exactly. After shipping, though, it was about $21.89. The person who bought it from me was like, oh, it's for a gift for somebody for their birthday. It's got to be here on time. And of course, now it's lost in the post office. Yeah, so of course, they reached out to eBay. eBay was like, yeah, you got to give them a refund. I'm reaching out to the post office. I know there's a big debate in a lot of the Facebook groups I'm in where they say, you've delivered to the post office, you're done. The person who bought it needs to work with the post office. Personally, in my experience, that almost never happens. The people almost always reach out to eBay and say they want their money back, and eBay's not going to give them their money back a lot of times. They want the seller to do it. So now I'm working with the post office to see if we can locate it, and if not, I don't remember if it was priority, I should be able to get a refund for it. We'll see. If it was a higher dollar item, I'd be a little more worried about it since it was only like $30. It's not going to be the end of the world. It's not great, obviously, but not the end of the world. So yeah, since this was a gift for me, it was $20 or $0, and then for $20, always going to be good, assuming you don't have to give a refund for it. Item number 5. This one's pretty good. $130. This one's going to be
The sale of the week.
love to do that. It's always fun to see which one's going to be the sale of the week. Picked this up back in early July, I believe, from one of our local thrift stores called Red, White, and Blue, and ended up paying up a little bit for it. It was, I think, $14.99, and right, I just didn't really know if it was gonna be worth it. It was sitting next to the area in the store where you could test stuff. So I was like, all right, did someone test this and it didn't work? So I plugged it in. I made sure the doors open and shut, all that kind of stuff. It seemed to power on just fine. Got it home, popped a couple CDs in, everything was working just fine on it. So I was like, okay, that was really weird that somebody like tested it and then didn't buy it, especially when it was a high dollar. Probably it ended up being more of the sell-through rate, right? Like I bought this in July, I listed it in July, and we're in now February, and it finally just sold at the end of January. So it was sat on my shelf for a long time, but it did finally sell. For this amount of money, I didn't mind it sitting for this long, right? I'm fine holding it for a little longer. Especially, like I said, I was into it for about $20 and got 130. That's some great profit right there, you guys. All right, item number 6. This is an AT&T wireless cordless phone, right? A little bit on the older side, but brand new in the box. So I didn't really find too many comps on this, so I listed it for $100, and it sat for a while. So I finally started getting some offers in like the $40, $50 range. Figured that's about where it was going to be at. Of course, always counter offering, trying to say, oh, you offered me 40. How about we meet in the middle at 70? Finally, someone countered at 60, and I was like, you know what? That's going to probably be where the price is. I took it. I was into this for about $12, right? So 12 into 60, fantastic electronics flip for sure. Item number 7, another book. This one is a collected edition of The Walking Dead. It's a hardcover. Didn't know this when I bought them. I got them for $5 each, about I think 3 or 4 of them. They apparently were mass produced. Like just so many of them were put out there. That's why the value isn't as much as I thought it was going to be. I knew The Walking Dead was popular, just didn't realize that these hardcovers were very, very mass produced. Even still, at $5, I think I ended up selling this for $19 free shipping. So after shipping, it was about $15. Right, 5 into 15 for a book is not going to be bad. Just not going to be the sale of the week or anything. Item number 8. This one's a little bit weird. So this one is
Amber's Weird Sale of the Week.
somebody told me it was weird if I mouthed along with Amber's voice recording. So not going to do that this week and see if it makes a difference or not. But this is a password board game. When I first bought this, I scanned it in from eBay, right, to see how much it was selling for. Looked like it was selling for about $30 free shipping. Turned out it was more like $15 to $20 free shipping. Yeah, didn't do great on this one. I think I was into it. I wrote down $7. I don't really think I would have paid $7 for this, but I don't know. It's been sitting in the for sale pile for about at least 18 months, I would say. So it's been who knows. I wrote down $7. I sold it after shipping for about $7. So I'm gonna lose a little bit of money on this one. What are you gonna do? Still gonna try and break into Amazon this year. Trying to do a little bit of the Fulfilled by Amazon or FBA. And this one may have been a good candidate for that, right? Brand new and sealed. We're gonna definitely try and get into that. I'll keep you guys posted. That's for sure. Item number 9, this was a commission from my friend Ted. He brought me a box of stuff, as friends tend to do when they find out I'm into eBay. And I thought this was going to be a big winner, you guys, right? Slim PS3, but it continues my run of bad luck with these. I have yet to actually find one of these that works. This one did not work. Would not power up at all. I read online, it sounded like it may have been the power supply. Could have been too much dust inside it. It was very dusty. I don't know. I wasn't going to open it up and try and get it working. If it was working, probably worth about $100, something like that. So definitely some meat on the bone if you wanted to spend the time to do that. But I didn't want to spend a ton of time, especially if it wasn't a guaranteed fix, right? That's the key there, is that people are saying, oh, you could replace the power supply and it might work. Well, I don't want it might work. I want it guaranteed to work. Otherwise, I'm just going to list it for parts. Hopefully the person who bought it, I tend to get a lot of item not as described when you sell them as for parts, repair, and no return, which makes zero sense to me, you guys. A lot of times people get it and go, oh, you said that it wasn't working with this thing not working, and I got it, and it's actually this other thing. And I'm like, okay, I guess I did not describe it correctly. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be selling broken Consoles like this just have had so many returns on them, just not 100% worth it. But for the time being, $30, not too bad, plus shipping. So since I'm selling this for my friend Ted, it's going to be 40% to me, 40% to him, and then 20% is going to go to eBay and for shipping and stuff like that. So $12 to me, $12 to Ted. Thank you, Ted. Item number 10, finally found one of these back massagers. I see a lot of other YouTubers finding these things and selling them. They keep constantly saying that they're worth a lot of money. Every one of these I have found so far had been kind of junky, honestly, like not really worth it, worth $10 to $20, sometimes free shipping. So I was very doubtful, but I kept up the hope that I would eventually find one that had value. And then this one did. And it sat for a little while. I think I had this for sale for like 2 or 3 months. And I was expecting at this point to accept the best offer in the $30 to $40 range. But somebody just out of the blue paid full price for it, which I am very happy about. I was into this for $6.99. I think I got this at a Goodwill a few months ago. Fantastic flip, $7 into $50. Love it. Item number 11. This one's also a little bit weird, but what are you going to do? This was my friend Heather's. Her father moved. So she and I have been going through all of his stuff from his storage unit, just trying to sell a lot of it to help pay for the move, all that kind of stuff. Not really a lot of value here, right? Only $10. But hey, I tried to get as much money for her as we could. Same deal, 40, 40, 20. So 40% is $4 to me, $4 to Heather. Thank you, Heather. Item number 12. Yeah, this one's not a good sale either. I picked this up at a garage sale around here in the summer. I think I ended up paying $5 for this. I thought I had looked it up right, and some of these can be worth a good amount of money. Some of them are not. I think a lot of them are junk. And when I scanned it, it looked like it was selling for $20. So I was like, okay, yeah, $5 isn't a bad deal for that. That is not what it sold for. Right? It's ended up selling for, I think, $14 for shipping. I can't remember exactly. After shipping, $6. So definitely going to not make money. Probably going to even lose a little bit after fees. What are you going to do? Got it out of the house. Moving on. Going to be extra careful with those in the future. Item number 13. This was actually a really nice flip, board game flip. So this was one of the things I purchased from my friend Liz. Her parents were moving. She and I connected on all the stuff that was still in the house. A lot of it was from her when she was growing up. Basically, I said like all the brand new games, I want all those. And then we went through every other board game they had, which was a ton of them. And I just made a list of I want all of these and just made her an offer, which she took. And so that was really nice. Just got all of this inventory now at a reasonable price. And so I have been just working through it, getting it listed, trying to get it all sold. This was one of the first board games. I think it was the second of the board games to actually sell now. It sold for $42.50, which I was actually really happy about. Originally, I thought maybe I could get $30 for this, maybe $20 to $30, which I wasn't going to be unhappy about. It's really not a bad price for a board game plus shipping. A lot of times you see them selling for $20 to $30 free shipping, and then that's not a very good deal. But yeah, I got it out there, put it up for $50 just to see how we would do, and yeah, ended up selling it, like I said, $42.50. Since I thought it was only worth about $20, I ended up buying it from Liz for $8. And so definitely a little bit on the better side for me on that one. Trying to track all that stuff, and if I end up making a ton more money than what I ended up buying it from her for, I'll give her a little bit more on the back end. We'll see. Some of them, I'm sure some of the things that I've bought from her will sell for less than I thought. So then likely at the end of the day, everything will work out and we'll be square. But thank you, Liz. And item number 14. This is the last item this week. Ice Age Blu-ray 3-pack. That's a mouthful for me for some reason. We got this at that same estate sale where I bought all those brand new unboxed electronics. And right, I didn't spend a ton of time going through the movies. I think that's going to be, if I can break into Amazon like I've been talking about, I'm going to spend a little bit more time looking at movies going forward. We'll see. Specifically brand new ones like this. Maybe this would have sold even better on Amazon. But I saw on eBay that it was selling for about $20. So that's why I listed it for. And it sat for about a month or two, not too bad, and sold for my full asking price. I was into this for about $2.50. Really not bad at all. All right, so that is going to do it. If you were just here to see what items there were, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'm going to do a quick recap, and then we'll close it up. Like I said, I listed 15 items last week and sold 14. Total sales was $443. Cost of goods sold was about $90, and I'm estimating my fees at about $70. So about $160 in cost of goods sold and fees, right? That's going to leave us with about $270 in profit. Spent about an hour outsourcing last week, and only listed for about 3 hours. We spent almost the same amount of time doing shipping last week, and then a little bit of research about an hour of that. So overall, I only spent about 7.5 hours last week working on reselling. So doing the hourly rate there, it's going to come out to about $38, which my goal every week is $30 an hour for profit, right? That is in profit. That's why I'm paying myself technically, or that I could reinvest into the business, right? So like very, very good week, even though the sales weren't as high as the week before. The low number of hours I put in, right? That's going to kind of work itself out too. So fantastic week overall, you guys. All right. Well, that is going to do it. Like I said, yeah. Should have a live thrifting for you guys on Saturday, so come back and watch that at that point. And again, if you enjoy this content, please do smash that like button. And if you're interested in subscribing, we'd love to have you as part of the channel. Please do subscribe. If you're here just to watch, that's okay. We don't mind at all. Once again, my name is Patrick, and thank you very much.